Hello everyone, welcome back to SFDC Panther. My name is Amit Singh, and in this video we will talk about another scenario, which is going to be scenario number 5 for our Flow Builder series. So here, this is the scenario that we have got. You can see on your screen. You are working as a Salesforce admin for a company called TechFuse India Private Limited, and you have been tasked share a task record based on a particular field which is there on the case object. So you have a field reason on the case object with the following value: EMEA, APAC, and AMER. So whenever you select any of these values, suppose that you select EMEA as a value for the picklist field, you need to share the record to a queue with the same name. You have the APAC, then again you need to share the record with the field APAC. Similarly, you have got for America's region. And then what? So this is basically you have to do as a high level scenario. That means you have to create a custom field on the case object, which is region, these following values. Then you have to create the three different queues for the case object, and then we have to create a flow in order to share these records. So before we go ahead and start implementing this flow scenario, please do like, share, subscribe the channel, and also press the bell icon. Before starting the actual implementation, we have a couple of questions that we do ask so that we can get the clarity on how to implement this. The very first question that we do ask is, which object will be our triggering source? So our triggering source object is case. Then is there any related to create, update, or delete the related record? The answer is yes. What we want to do is we need to create a record which is case share. That is how we will be sharing a record. For every object, it has its own share object. So for case object, it is a case share. So it says that if the answer is yes, then we have to choose after share flow. We don't need to ask these two questions that we have else. Okay. So we have got our triggering point. We have got what is going to be the context for our flow. So let's quickly start. So we have to create a record triggered flow, and then we have to select the after save. Okay. In case of after save, we know how after save works. So the object that is there, which is case. Okay. And actually, before we start implementing this flow, what we have to do is we have to create a field on the case object. There are two prerequisites, right? A field and those three queues. So just go to the object manager, quick search for case, and then under the fields and relationship from the left hand side, you have to create one field which is reason. Just go there in the fields relationship, click on new. What kind of field you will select here is it is going to be a pick list value, so that we can predefine what all options user can select. So from the available data type, select pick list, and from the top or from the bottom, just click on next button. So we have this region pick list value. We have to enter the values. So what we are going to enter is APAC, EMEA, and Americas region. Okay, these are the three different region we want. And let's quickly make sure that this pick list field is required. The reason we are making sure it is required, so whenever a case is created, we have to make sure that in which case or in which region the case is actually being created. Now we have got this pick list value, right? This pick list field is already there. Next thing that we have to do is we have to set up the queue for case object. So to do that, go to the home page, and from the quick search box, just search for queue. You will find those queue under user and queues. So just select that hyperlink, and it will display all the queues that you have. So if you already have the queue, so you see here I already have EMEA, I already have APAC, I already have AMER, Americas. But if you see the supported object for Americas, it is lead. For APAC, it is lead and interviewer. And for EMEA as well, it is lead. Okay. So how you can do this? If you already have, you need to edit your queues. You need to make sure that you are making that queue available for your case object. Here from the supported object, you need to find out your case and then just add it to the selected object. Click on save. This is the way if you have existing queue inside your Salesforce org. If you don't have, what you have to do is, let me quickly just give it a simple example so that you can create the, all the queues. So suppose that we wanted to have EMR queues, right? You have to change the queue name because you already have EMER. So say that EMER queue, and you can also change the label so that it can be differentiated. Now, what object you want? You want the case object. Just go ahead and select this case. What user you wanted to have inside that queue? For now, just select your user, because you might not be having the different user inside your developer org, and then go ahead and click on save. In real, for the example, that queue API name we are going to use is, it must be the same. So if I edit this EMEA, we already have edited APAC, sorry, Americas. If we edit this EMEA, for example, say that this is your new queue, that you are creating for EMEA. So your queue name both should be same, should not be having anything like queue or something else that I have shown you in the previous. And then here what you have to do is select your case object and select the users that you want. Go ahead and save. So similarly, you have to create the three different queues. Just go ahead and create a flow. Select the record triggered flow, and for the object, click on case. In condition, what we have to do is say that and we have this field reason on the case object. So if you don't see, we don't need to worry about that, because that is again a required field. So even we can skip this condition. What is the flow optimization? It is going to be action and related record, because we wanted to create a related record, which is record share, and then click on done. We have done with this start element. So the very first thing that we will do is we will query the queue based on the reason that we have. Okay, the reason field that we have on the case object. So now what we have to do is, first thing as we discussed, we will query the queue records. So we'll just go ahead, click on plus icon, and then we will find get records, and we will query whatever the queue is there, whatever the reason is there selected on the case object. So we will say that Sokal queue record. What object we will select here is, we will select queue. Okay, so you won't see the queue object over here. The reason is that behind the scenes Salesforce stores the queue inside the object called group. So you have to select this group. Then what filter you will make here is, you will make the filter on the name. Say that okay, name equals what name is there. So it should be whatever the name you have selected. Okay, so what you need to do is, okay, say that you have got the record which is going to coming from case and the reason field. Okay, REZION, yep, reason field. And instead of name, what you need to do is, you need to use developer name. So this is going to be a API name of your queue. So get back here. For example, you are on the AMER, right? The Americas queue. This is your developer name. The queue name is your developer name. And this is the same value as our picklist API name. That is what we are just using, this developer name. And this developer name will always be unique for each and every queue as well as groups. So we have got this, okay? And then we need to store only one record, automatically store all the fields, click on done. So we have just got the queue record, which is a very simple queue, right? Now what happens whenever you are sharing a record to a queue using Apex or using Flow Builder? What you have to do is, you cannot directly share that record to queue. What you have to do is, first you have to find the queue, then you have to query the QS object. That QS object uh, is basically the object which contains your queue, which contains your group as well. And then after, you need to share the record with that QS object. Okay, so what you have to do is, now we have got the queue, we have to check if this queue is there. Okay, we will put one if condition. We have to do this as a part of best practice. We will say that check if queue found. We'll say that found, and for the default outcome we will say that not found. So how we will say this? We have got this query, right? And then what we will do is, it should have the ID which says that group ID. Okay, which is actually the queue ID in our case. We will say that not equals to null. It should not be null, and then we'll click on done. So if we found the queue, then we will query the QS object. So to query that, again we will use get records. So here we are saying that query QS object. What object here is going to be? It is going to be QS object. This is very important. This is very important to keep in mind while inserting a share object to the queue from a Apex or from a flow builder. Now what condition we will say here is, we have got one query, uh, one field which says that queue ID. Okay, then we have got S object type. Okay, so the S object type is our case, because this is what we have got, text case, right? Our queue is on the case. What is a queue ID? We are already getting that queue ID from our SOQL query. So this is our SOQL query and we will say that ID. We got this group ID. Now we have just queried. What we need is only first record automatically store all the fields. Click on done. Again, this is a SOQL query. We have to add a fault path. And then inside here, we also need to check a decision element if we found the QS object or not. So we have to add decision element. So we label this as check if QS object is found or not. The outcome label is QS object found, and the other outcome label, which is default QS object not found. Condition, we will check here whatever we have got. So we'll say that QS object, the second one, the second SOQL query, and this time we will check QID. This is the one that we have. If this is not equals to null, that means our return this particular get records here is returning the records. Once we've got this, we have to insert this case share record. Now before we insert, we need to make sure that the OWD for our case object is either private or either public read only. So to do that, we will get back to our setup, and from the setup we will search for sharing settings, that we will find under security, and then here we need to check if our what is the OWD for our case. So it is private for both internal as well as external, so that is okay. If you find it as public read only, that is also okay. But if you find public read write, you need to make sure that you must change it to private. Okay, now we have got here, what we have to do is we have to insert the record. We'll just go ahead and select create records, and then we will say that insert case share object, case share record. Okay, we need one record, we need separate values. What is an object? It is case share. We've got this case share, select that. Now we have few fields which we need to map. One thing, which case we need to share. Okay, so we'll say that okay, case ID we are getting from our record, and then ID. Then we have to give it the access label. What is going to be access label? Like all the users who are there inside the queue, which what will be the access? So we will say that read only, so that they can read the cases. Then what is a row cause? Row cause will always be manual. Okay, manual sharing. And then we have to whom we wanted to share, user or a group. So we will select that okay, user or group ID, and then we will select our QS object, which we have got from the second SOQL query, dot QID, which is nothing, which is actually the group ID. And then we are done here. Now the reason we are using QS object, in case of queue, we have got the queue ID, right? But what this particular field is accepting, either a user ID or a group ID. So in order to make sure that queue is acting as a group, we are querying that QS object and then using the queue ID, the group ID from that query that we have got, and then click on done. Again, this is going to be a DML operation, a data operation. We have to make sure that we have added the fault path. Okay, and then at the end we are done. There is nothing else that needs to be done. So we have, if we just click on minimize this flow, this is the complete flow that we have got. Start from the case. After update, query the queue whatever the region is selected on the case, then check if the queue is found. If found, then query the QS object, then check if QS object is found. If found, then insert the case here. Okay, and then make sure that you are saving your flow. Before activating this, we will go ahead and create a case object, not object, we'll create a case record. And once that case record is created, we will debug using that case record. So go to the sales application, find the cases that you have and click on new. This is what the case we are going to have. And you can have anything, say that flow testing as a subject, or even if you don't want to do, you no need to worry about that subject and all. But I just wanted to provide some sort of values there. So you can see here, for reason we are making sure it is APAC. Okay, we are not assigning using active notifications, we are not sending any emails. If you have this checkbox, please make sure that these are unchecked. Customer sentiment, it will, this is not the field there. You can say here flow sharing testing, This is the subject that we have got, and we'll go ahead and click on save. So this is our test record that we have created. This will not be shared with the user for now with the queue, but we have to get this case number, and that is the case number we will be testing with. Now get back to your flow, click on debug, and then we have to search the case record, and this is our case, which is 1157. Click on run. So now we have got this. You can see here flow is running here. It found the record, then it went to the decision, found the record as well, then again went to the decision and inserted the record. This yellow, the bold yellow line is showing us how our flow is progressing. If you wanted to see the details, under the debug details, click on expand all buttons. It is going to show you here whatever you have. Start condition, there is no condition. For the SOQL query, the first SOQL query, it says that successfully found records. Then decision, this particular decision executed, outcome. Then for the second SOQL query, it successfully found the record. You see here. Then again the decision, and create a record. This is the ID and rollback. And we already know that our record triggered flow run in rollback mode. Now without further delay, go ahead and click on activate the flow. Now you have got this flow is activated. You have to create a case. So I have this option for cloning the case. I will clone this, and this time the subject only I'm going to change here. I'll say it is going to be version 1, and I'll make sure that the checkbox are not checked. Save this. So if there is any error, we'll get the error. Otherwise, our case is created. Our case is shared with the queue that we have selected, that is APAC. If you wanted to see this, you see here this sharing hierarchy. Just click on that button, and you can see here, okay, this said that these are all the users that we have. Because this John Smith is as a part of our, and this is coming as a part of our queues, these three users. How to know that? To know this, again, get back to your user, click on this drop down. Okay, we don't see any sharing. Yeah, this sharing button is here, right? Just click on this sharing button. If you don't see, you might need to add. You see here it says that shared with 5 group of users. Click on edit, and we will see here this is the APAC user which we have shared. This is the queue. The value is read only. Okay, and these other users are basically being shared with some sort of sharing rules which are running behind the scene for my object. But our particular APAC queue is being shared with the help of our flow that we have done. If you want to test it another using another case record, just go ahead and clone this again. This time change the subject to V2, and then the reason must be changed to, instead of APAC, let's quickly change it to EMEA. Go ahead and save this. So our case record has been created. That means it is also had been shared. We'll just go ahead and click on sharing, and you see here, click on edit. You got this EMEA queue, and the read only is there. Okay, and we can delete this. All others we are not able to delete. This can be deleted. Okay, and this sharing hierarchy is basically the one that we've got, which is telling us how the access are there for the users. Okay, so this is it for this particular video, or how to share a record using Flow Builder. Thank you for your time, and if you have any scenarios, please feel free to send us to us send them to us on the mentioned email which is there on the description of the video. And please do like, share, subscribe the channel, and we'll meet into the next video with another scenario. Thank you.